Today on Talk Stoop, it's all about the amazing mamas. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Talk Stoop. Now, before we begin, a special shout out to my favorite mom, my mom. I love you, Mom. My first guest is a mom that can act and dance like no other and can also dip it low. Did you figure it out yet? All right, you hear that noise? It's all this construction in this beautiful building, 277 Fifth Ave. Sitting here with Christina Milian.
Hello.
Hi.
This lets me know I'm in New York.
Welcome
There's not
back.
a silent moment. Here's sirens, drills. I'm in New York. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
here
good
we
to be
are.
here.
Okay, so we have to go back really quick. In the Dip It Low video, what was that? Was that mud? What was it?
No.
That was one of my favorites. You looked incredible. What was it?
Black body paints. That's it.
It looked so
It was
good.
fun. It was fun. Even though I had like literally under my nails, toenails, everything, I had like just black paint and any kind of crack of my body.
Yeah.
It was there for a second.
I didn't realize how many songs that you co-wrote, and you wrote a lot of songs.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of the songs that I wrote early on were songs that I wrote for myself. So like for people like Jennifer Lopez,
Right.
That was a song I originally wrote for myself.
Play, correct?
Yes, Play.
Yep.
A song called Play. As far as Justin Bieber, that was the thing that my ex-husband at the time, I was pregnant with my daughter, and it was one of those things that he asked me to like get on board to write with him. So that worked out for the song Baby.
I don't know, but those couple were big records.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Believe
You're
me.
good with it.
Yeah, Justin, sing away, baby, baby.
Thanks for the check.
J-Lo, do your thing, girl.
Yes.
I remember the first time I saw J-Lo do the video for it, and she said, but she added, because when we were in the studio and she recorded it, she hadn't sung that Play My Emma.
Yes.
Song.
I remember it.
And so I remember heard it on the radio, and everybody was talking about how she cursed on the song. Play My MFing song. So I like the fact that she added some spice to it and did her J-Lo.
Did you guys meet immediately?
We met when she went to record the records. I flew to New York. It was pretty cool. 19, being like,
Yeah, meeting J-Lo,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about the oath.
Articles coming out about cop gangs, specifically the Ravens. I'm down for the Ravens.
50 Cent's executive producing once again. My character's really tough. She's a cop. You know, she turns to the Raven life, which Ravens are, they're a cop gang. And they're there for each other, like to protect each other, to make sure that, you know, they have each other's back. Sometimes one thing leads to another, maybe not always in the best direction. And then they're led to have to, you know, deal with the consequences.
Does your daughter come to visit you on set sometimes?
She does, absolutely. She
How
came
old's
to
Violet now?
She's 9. Yeah.
Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
Do you want more kids?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, how
I
many
do.
more?
Only one.
Only one. Motherhood, I don't have kids, but from what I've heard, it's, you know, it changes your life.
It is
How did it
beautiful. You
change your
can't
life?
really plan for it. It's so crazy.
Right.
You can and you can't. It's like you get these feelings like, oh my gosh, in my life, everything's just about to change. I'm about to, especially for the first time, it's like everything. It just flashes. It'll be a quick second. I might have shed a tear or two.
Oh
but it was like out of like just change. Like a dramatic change is about to happen. And it's exactly what you wanted, and it's gonna happen now.
How's your boo now? Because
My boo now, he's great. We met about a year.
It's been a while,
like 8
though,
months.
it feels.
Yeah, we're going on 2 years soon. But he's an amazing person. Yeah, it's been a great blessing in our lives, me and Violet's life. I didn't think I would meet anybody like him. He loves when I make, and I make it all the damn time. It's on my Instagram story, because every time I make it, everyone's asking about the recipe, but it's because I'm making it again and again because he loves it. It's stuffed peppers. I learned it from
Who
my
said
mom.
yes?
Yeah. How
Who
many
said
times
it?
have you seen those stuffed
Everyone loves
peppers?
it? It's that
And I
good?
was like, oh, you're making the stuffed peppers, send me the recipe.
Oh, you're in love. You cooking for him? You're in love.
Yeah, he's worth it.
I had such a great time with you today. You have such a beautiful energy.
Thank you.
And say hi to Violet.
I will.
Up next, a mom who truly knows it takes a village to raise a kid, the beautiful Lorraine Toussaint.
Ooh, that was a rude awakening.
We are so glad that this next mama moved all the way to the States from Trinidad and Tobago, because our silver screens just wouldn't be the same without Lorraine Toussaint's slew of amazing performances. First off, Lorraine, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks.
The one, the only Lorraine Toussaint. I love your name.
Thanks.
I love it. You actually grew up in Trinidad. That's where you're from. And you were out there when there was the British system.
Yes, you just aged me, which is fine.
Come on. You're wise, Lorraine.
I was, I think 8 or 9 when we gained independence from the British. So, but I'm still consider myself a colonized creature. I really do have tea at 4 o'clock.
What was that like, though?
Growing up, it was very proper. I mean, when you think of Caribbean, you think of freedom and kids running around the beach. No, because of the British, we were very, very proper. We spoke the Queen's English. People go, why do you speak so well? Because I grew up speaking the Queen's English.
Right. So when you were growing up, and I'm just trying to get, a picture of everything that was going on, did you experience racism?
It was actually the opposite.
Okay.
Because we were self-governed. I grew up being self-governed, and we were self-governed by people of color. Mm-hmm. So I never had a sense that I was ever measuring myself against white people. Mm-hmm. We were the majority. I never knew what it felt like to be a minority. Mm. So we didn't have the kind of slavery that happened here. Right. We actually kicked a lot of people's asses and got them out. We're a little bit arrogant in that way.
Yeah. How was it when you moved to Brooklyn?
Brooklyn,
Don't even act like you are not New York.
Girl, I was a middle-class Caribbean child, colonized, and then we moved to Brownsville. Ooh, that was a rude awakening. I mean, just, we had bars on the windows, which was totally foreign to me. And my mother just did not know or trust these American children. We got out of there pretty soon and moved to Eastern Parkway. Hey. And then life was better. I had family in the building and friends in the building, very much like the Village building where our show takes place. We were really a small village in that building. That's when I think I felt like I'd arrived in America.
Staff Sergeant Porter, I'm the village super. You're under this roof, your family. You're an organ in my body. If you fail, I fail.
Why do you think there's so many people who are enjoying The Village in this new show? Is it because we all lack community and we're like desperate to have community, so we're enjoying seeing this building filled with people who actually know one another, and there's an actual village.
There's an actual village, and so much in the news is telling us that it's us and them, that we are separate, and that we're engaging in this kind of enemy thinking and enemy behavior, and it's fear-based. And this show presents the absolute opposite, and I think we're hungry to remember that we all grew up in communities. We all grew up with parents and grandparents and friends and family and other kids we played with of different colors and different creeds. And so that's why I think The Village is becoming a hit.
Where were you living when you it was your film debut, Breaking In?
I think I just moved to LA.
So did you think at that moment, oh, I made it, here I am?
There was some point where I had that idea that, ooh, I was gonna arrive. and then somewhere maybe about 5 years into the business, and I was working steadily, I realized that I wasn't going to necessarily be the one, but I sure as hell was going to be one of the ones. And there's a legacy within the community, especially with Black women and Black actresses, because we are still at that point where we are passing the baton. And it's important to do it to the max, and then pass the baton. Because I stand on the shoulders of Ruby Dee and Roz Cash, who had dreads and was blacklisted and couldn't work. And so when I got on Law and Order and I had dreads, I just sent up thanks to Roz Cash because she couldn't do it, but I did it. And I'm now at the age where I'm Miss Toussaint and ma'am, and on some level, I'm passing the baton too. So I think that's a really good feeling.
That made me emotional.
Yeah.
And
that's the reality.
That's purpose, right?
It is purposeful, absolutely.
Thank you for sharing your art with us for so long. Because,
thank
listen, it's hard work for what you do. It's performance. And, all of us get to critique it, and everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
But you have just delivered time and time again. And Miss Lorraine, it was such a pleasure to be sitting here with you today. Thank you for opening doors and continuing all the great work you're doing and passing down the baton. We love you and we appreciate you. Coming up next, a man whose mom raised him right, the wonderful and charming Scott Foley. Accommodations for Talk Stoop are furnished by 277 Fifth Avenue, the tallest residential condominium on Fifth Avenue in the heart of Nomad. This 55-story tower, designed by architect Raphael Vignoli and interiors by Jeffrey Beers International, offers 1 to 4 bedroom units, including a stunning full-floor penthouse. With an ideal location just 4 blocks from Madison Square Park, 277 Fifth Avenue offers fine finishes and a host of thoughtful amenities, including a curated lobby library, a gym with terrace over Fifth Avenue, a playroom, a dining room, a games lounge, and more. Contact 212-227-2775 or info at 277fifth.com for a private tour. I think any mom would be so lucky to have a son like Scott Foley. The way he's continuing to carry on the legacy of his mom is just so inspirational. Listen in on our chat and I dare you not to smile. Okay, so Scott, just so you know, everyone has been so excited for you to be here today. Literally, I haven't seen most of these faces ever show up to a shoot.
That guy's not excited.
Yeah, not at all, right? But no, everyone's excited here. Do people stop you all the time on the street and they're just like, oh my gosh, I love you?
I am
A fan favorite, it's okay.
I'm fortunate that I've been around long enough to invade enough living rooms that people are respectful but feel comfortable to approach.
Right. At what age did you realize you wanted to be an actor? Do you remember that moment?
Young, yeah.
Okay.
I was really young. I remember very clearly, actually, we were living in Australia and my mom had bought tickets to the theater to go see Annie. And my dad was like, I'm not going to Annie. So she took me. I must have been 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. It's weird that little orphan Annie inspired me to be an actor, but it's all I wanted to do. I just saw the stage and I knew that was it for me.
Speaking of your mom, I know she passed away from ovarian cancer,
Yes.
and you've been so outspoken about it, which I love because, I don't know, I just feel like men should be allies to us, especially when it comes to this.
I don't really talk about this a lot, but when I was 11, my mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. She passed away when I was 15, and it was a recurring thing. They thought she went through chemotherapy and radiation. They thought they had got it. It came back stronger and ultimately took her life. But I've partnered with Tesoro on the Not On My Watch movement, which is basically it's a campaign to raise awareness for recurrent ovarian cancer. Go to notonmywatch.com, check it out. Every time you share it, $5 will be donated to, which is a big deal. It's not a dollar, it's not a quarter. $5 will be donated to ovarian cancer research advocacy. It's a good thing.
I'm retweeting right when we're done. Of course, I think that's so important.
So are you and you.
Everybody in here, please
retweet. And you and everybody.
I love that.
That's like $60, people.
Yes, towards research and understanding it more because, like you said, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It's so important. Now, switching gears a little bit. Now, a lot of people loved you on Scandal.
Oh, thank you.
Be quiet. Let yourself be kissed.
A lot of people didn't love me on
And
Scandal.
they also didn't love you
That's right.
as well. When you look back and you see all the storylines, do you feel like, oh my gosh, let me look around the world. I see so many of...
Yeah, I mean, we had that, we even had that, not looking back, we had that going on while we were shooting it. There was one storyline in particular where cameras from people's computers were watching them. And the network was like, this is ridiculous, guys, it's too much. And the next week, there was a whole report on how the government's watching people through the cameras on their computers, and you should put tape. It was.
I put tape.
So do I.
Yeah.
It's freaky. Not that I'm doing anything freaky on my
but
computer, but they're watching me.
Right.
In the beginning, what we were doing was outlandish and crazy, and people couldn't believe it. And it stopped being outlandish and crazy. It started being real.
Do you still talk to Kerry Washington or anyone from
all the
cast?
time?
Really?
We have a text chain that that I receive at least one thing inappropriate from them every day. Yeah, man, we got, here they are.
Oh my God, it's at the top, so you guys talk often.
We talk all the time. Look, people send pictures. Joe Morton sent something.
Do you miss
Newburn.
everyone?
I miss them a lot. I miss them a lot. They were great. It's been an adjustment, you know, sort of leaving that family and starting another one, as any, you know, going from one job to the other is. But I've been really fortunate with this new gig that we got a good group of people, man.
Talk to us about it on ABC, your new show.
Whiskey Cavalier, you're one of our best agents. You and your fiancée recently parted ways.
Yes, we did. It was mutual.
We have the footage.
That was a private moment.
I love it. It's an action comedy.
Right.
I get to kick ass and do car chases and jump off bridges and say funny lines. It's great.
This is a win.
It's a win. It's a win. You're
Who
gonna love
came
it.
up with the title, Whiskey Cavalier?
I guess in the espionage world, every operative has a cosign, a call name, something like that, and Whiskey Cavalier is my character's call sign.
I think that's so awesome.
Thank you. Here's how we're gonna find yours.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
So tell me your favorite alcohol or your favorite drink.
I would say it's a Shirley Temple.
A Shirley Temple?
I know.
Okay, so that's got grenadine in it, all right?
Right,
So let's say
okay.
grenadine, all right?
Okay.
And what was the name of your first pet? This is like a porn name we're making up, but it's a grenadine Chi-Chi. That's
It was
strong.
a little chinchilla.
That's strong.
Chi-Chi.
You're grenadine Chi-Chi.
Yes.
I mean, it's better than like tequila Tuffy, but,
yeah.
you know, that's good. Grenadine Chi-Chi's strong.
I like my name. So how's it been being the executive producer and the lead role?
The great thing is one of the concessions that Warner Brothers made for us to pack up and move over there was that my wife is a working actress and successful, and they were like, well, she's European, you're shooting in Europe, she speaks Polish, she'd be a great spy, does she want to be on the show? And it worked out. She's on the show. She's done 6 out of our 13 episodes.
I love that. See, you're a good man, good husband. How did you know she was the one? Do you remember that moment?
I do remember
We
that
love
moment.
love stories. We're like, tell us.
This
tell
is a
us.
weird story.
Okay.
We were staying at, I'd met her, I was doing a Broadway show with her sister. Her sister set us up. And one night, this is so weird, we were taking the garbage out. And we walked down the little driveway and dropped the garbage off. And as we were going back up, I don't know, I started doing a weird shuffle up the driveway, like a weird dance. And she just joined in. And there was a look on her face where she just sort of got lost in the dance and in me doing it. And I thought, I think I love her.
Yes!
And of course I didn't tell her. Can't tell her right away. But I just, you know, it's the strangest thing, that a shuffle or a dance and you just sort of know.
And that was it.
That was it.
This whole time, everyone's trying to figure it out. They're on dating apps, and all it took was a dance shuffle, and that was it.
I'll teach you that dance shuffle.
Thank you so much,
Of course,
Scott.
of course.
Such a pleasure. So much fun.
It's fun, right?
Yes. Up next, a mom who's doing it all and then some, the beautiful Ayesha Curry. This mom honestly makes me tired just thinking about everything that she does. I really don't know how she has enough hours in the day. My friend Ayesha Curry is proving that her hubby isn't the only superhuman in the family. Ayesha, I'm so glad you made it.
I'm so glad to be here.
I can't believe this is our first time meeting.
It is. You're right.
It is.
Oh my
our
God.
First time meeting.
I'm that weird person, like when I see people on Instagram and stuff, I'll like walk into a restaurant and there'll be people that I think I know and I don't actually know them, and I'll like halfway walk to their table and be like,
I would have done that.
I actually insta know you.
I feel like I know you because I've heard such wonderful things about you.
Thank you.
Like from every single person possible.
thank
They said that you're
you.
just a great, great person, which
Thank
makes me
you.
happy.
That makes me happy too.
Of course. No, you're amazing, and you're building an incredible empire.
So let's jump right in.
It's been a whirlwind. Work never stops these days. When I set out on this journey, because you know, like in the sports world, their schedules are so hectic and busy and crazy and jam-packed. And so the fact that I went on a limb to start a career for myself was, you know, a bit risky in itself because I was ultimately taking even more time away.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I think it would have been silly not to use the talents that I feel like God gave me and to set a great example for I'm raising
Yes.
2 young girls and now a precious little boy, but I want to set an example for them and let them know that they can do anything they put their minds to and still have a family and still, you know,
Which
have
is
it
the
all.
biggest, the big part about it is because I feel like so much of us women, we have to pick and choose,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, it's either your career or no family, but
Yeah.
you are really giving a lot of people hope that you could do both and be happy at it.
I've been really fortunate enough, like my village is amazing, so I have my mom, I have my, you know, my sisters, I have a lot of people in my corner helping me on a daily basis, but more so like my husband's very supportive and encouraging.
Okay, so let's talk about gardening a little bit.
Oh my God.
Now, you know I live in New York, so I don't have a lot of space.
Yeah. Oh, I've got the perfect thing for you.
Okay, good.
So I partnered with a company called Back to the Roots.
Okay.
And they're actually Oakland based.
Really?
So, yeah,
Shout out
I
to the
love-
town.
They have these amazing indoor gardening kits.
Oh my God.
And so no matter if you have a big yard, if you have a ledge in your kitchen,
Yes.
whatever you have, you can garden. And
That's so awesome.
Everything's done for you. You basically pour the seeds in, put the water in, and
Done.
set it on your ledge. And within a couple of weeks, you have gorgeous basil, beautiful mint, tomatoes, mushrooms. Yes.
Ayesha, I'm gonna need you to teach me how to cook.
Oh, I'd
I'ma
be happy
honest,
to.
I can't cook.
Yes, you can. See, that's the one thing. Anybody can cook. You just need a few simple tips and
I need
like,
a lot of
tricks.
tips.
No, I've got you. I've
Colin's
got you.
vegan, so do you know vegan
Yep.
stuff? Oh my
Yep.
God, yes.
Actually, my restaurant, we just created a
Wait,
whole...
let's say that again. You're what?
My restaurant, International Smoke.
Okay, sorry, just one more time for the folks in the back, okay? Yeah, I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
you. It's exciting, but we just created a 10-course vegan menu.
This is big.
I got you, yeah.
Okay, all right, so can you just tell me what 3 main things I would need in the kitchen, like as far as like
Ooh, yeah.
pots or pans?
Well, I've got that for you too.
Just saying.
The first thing for me would be a really good chef's knife.
Okay.
You know, you can buy the block of knives, but if you have a really good 8.5-inch chef's knife, you can do it all with that. You need a really good baking sheet because
Baking
I'm a
sheet.
sucker for one-pan meals, and I love throwing things on a sheet pan and tossing them into the oven.
Okay.
And then cast iron. People are afraid of cast iron because, you know, it says you have to season them. Mine come seasoned. So if you want to make the perfectly seared steak, you do it in cast iron. Heck,
Yeah.
mushrooms, if you're vegan,
Right.
cast iron. And that pan just gets better with time, and it's something you can pass down generation to generation.
Okay, so how many hours is it gonna take for me to learn how to cook something basic?
Oh, I've got you in 30 minutes.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay, I can't do more
The
than
next
that.
time you're in the Bay,
Yes. Oh yeah. No.
knock on my door
Yes.
or send me a DM,
Yes.
and I'm there. I will.
I need it.
We'll do it. You heard it here. Let's do it.
Yes.
Make sure you enjoy all the time that you have with your loved ones this weekend. And from all of us here at Talk Stoop, happy Mother's Day. Hi, Mom, I love you, and I love all the moms out there. And if you want to see any of these interviews again, just head to YouTube and search Talk Stoop. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next week.
Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Anna Mancebo. I love you so much, and I hope you have the best day.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you.
Happy Mother's Day to my mom and grandma in Tampa, Florida. I love you guys so much. And all of my family in St. Thomas, I love you guys. Mwah.
Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Lisa, my grandma, Lila, and my sister, Cara, who's having a baby soon. I love you guys. Mwah.
Bendición, mamá. I love you. Happy Mother's Day to my mother, Mirna Perez. Love you, Mom.
Action. All right, Mom, happy Mother's Day. Love you. Can never thank you enough for everything you've done for me. My beautiful wife, Jeannie. Hope you have a happy Mother's Day, too. Love you guys.